Yeah, Danny, that sounds great and all, but how do I get these freelance clients? Here's how. Most businesses obviously understand that they need a website. So finding somebody who wants a website isn't really actually that difficult, especially if you're going to undercharge a lot, which I recommend for your first couple of projects anyway. So finding your first client isn't really actually that difficult. What is difficult is getting a steady stream of clients coming inbound to you that you don't have to cold call a lot. And that's called a referral. And there's a very easy way to build up referrals. The number one way to build up referrals is to deliver really good work. But how do you deliver really good work if you don't really know what very good work is? To understand how to build up referrals and get more clients, we need to understand business needs and what a website is actually for. It's all well and good understanding the design, the UX, understanding hierarchy, white space, trends, web design, whoa, coding, I'm so cool. That's all a waste of time if you don't understand the business needs and who the user is and how to get that user from being a prospect or just somebody who landed on a website to somebody who's paying money to that client. If your clients are making more money because of your website and the work that you've done, you can guarantee you're going to be swimming in business later on. Let's think about a small business that would theoretically need a website. So the one that I've thought of is a physiotherapy clinic, or a physical therapy clinic as you might call it in the US, who specializes in long-term injuries, and they have no social media presence, no website, no nothing. And all they want is to sell more time slots on their calendar, okay? That's their objective. Obviously, they're targeting people who have some kinds of injuries, but we need to start from the ground up. What does this business need in their online presence, okay? You need to reframe yourself as not just a tech guy who's like, oh, cool designs, I like that, to being a business coach, essentially. Okay, you're going to be the business tech guy for this company. You're going to take their business and put it online. So we need to understand a little bit more about what they need, what their clients need, what their customers need, yada, 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 yada. Okay, so where do we start? Every online business just needs three things. Okay, you need to have email marketing, lead generation, and a lead magnet. Okay, if you don't know what any of those things are, don't worry, you will know by the end of this video. The very first one I want to talk about is lead generation. Okay, if you're able to get leads to your website, then you have more people to basically contact to try and make sales. So lead generation is one of the main reasons any business is going to want a website. And for lead generation, you're going to need a website, the very first thing. Just like a business is going to have their address in a city or a town or whatever, you want to have that address online. Okay, so the address online is going to be your website. Now, what goes on that website? That is what we're all concerned about as web designers, but think of a business perspective. What does this business need, this physiotherapy clinic, what do they need to have on their website in order to generate these kinds of leads? Now, there are a million types of website structures that you can choose, but typically there are some essentials that you want to have on there. Obviously, we need to have services, we need to have some kind of testimonials, and about, more or less, and a contact or somewhere to sign up. These things are obvious. Web designers, if you're a web designer watching this, you should know these things already. There's loads of different ways that we could do this, and I'll talk about that again in another video. But number one, we just want to have a website and a decent domain. But the other thing that a lot of web designers forget about is how are we getting people to this website? Okay, there's no point in having a website if you don't have any traffic. Okay, so the way to get traffic or people visiting is to have either paid advertising or SEO, or ideally both, okay? SEO is search engine optimization, and you essentially get that from blogging or creating content, okay? I'm creating content right now for YouTube or wherever this is playing. You can also write blogs or articles, like I have a newsletter as well. So there's loads of different ways that you can make content that is searchable, that people will accidentally or purposefully end up on your website, okay? If it's a physiotherapy clinic, you need to tell that guy, hey, you've got a physical therapy clinic, you want to sell more slots, you need to start blogging about injuries that you deal with, how to deal with them, aftercare, what signs to look for, when to reach out to an expert, yada, 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 yada. You need to start making content that's SEO friendly so people will find your website. And you also need to start making ads that are going to drive people to your website and to your service. Generally, people that will end up on your website for organic content, so SEO, they are not really ready to buy usually. They're kind of in the information stage. They're what we call top of the funnel or middle of the funnel. Okay, if you don't know what that is, it's something you need to look into. Ads, sometimes if there's the right intent, like if it's like solve my back pain now, somebody has basically searched that and clicks on your ad, they are ready to buy. Okay, that's what we call a hot lead. Okay, so we want to be attracting all kinds of leads to our website. So lead generation, really important, and you need to have a website to do that. That is the purpose of your website. That is what's going to give the client money. That is what gives value to your website and allows you to charge more. It's also going to give you more referrals, okay? That's why this is important. Now, when somebody lands on a website, there's two types of conversions that we want. Okay, remember, we want this business to be successful, so our business becomes successful. Conversion type number one is obviously somebody books, okay? Somebody books in for the consultation with this physio, right? That's obvious. We want people to book. They book. That's great. That's a conversion, okay? If you watch rugby or something like that, you kick the ball over the bar, that's a conversion. That's kind of the same thing. It's a score, right? Another type of score that we want to get, another conversion, is email addresses, okay? If you get an email address, you can reach out to that person again and again and again and again. It typically takes 7 touch points in order for a conversion, like a full conversion, to take place. So if we can collect email addresses, that means the client is able to run email marketing and different types of strategies to then later on make a conversion. Okay, so obviously if we want to do both of those things, we need to have a lead magnet and we need to have a booking system. Okay, booking system, obvious. I would suggest using booking.com or Calendly or something like that. A third party thing to just simplify the whole process for you, the client, and everybody involved. And the other thing you want to have is what's called a lead magnet. Okay, we want email addresses, obviously. So there needs to be some way of gathering those. But I don't know about you, but I'm sick of giving out my email address. I don't want to get a load of email. Nobody wants to get a load of email. So we need to entice people into giving us their email address. And we do that by giving them freebies or educational content or something like that. So you need to tell your client, I need to tell my client, if I'm getting started with web design, that they need to create some kind of a lead magnet that's going to attract their ideal customer, their ideal user. And if I've got lower back pain, well, maybe it'd be interesting to get an ebook or some kind of a fitness guide with exercises for lower back pain. Okay, that could be something very useful. Maybe I'm specializing people with joint problems and I want to talk about supplements that might help them. Okay, so some kind of a lead magnet where people just sign up with their email and then they get that lead magnet. You get the email addresses, you can contact them again in the future. They see the value in your content and they want to reach out to you. Okay, so those are really, really important. A lead magnet and having a website in the first place. Okay, really, really, really important. The third thing you really need to tell your client to set up is email marketing. Okay, they may know nothing about this. You don't have to be an expert as a web designer. You could reach out to marketing experts, to advertising experts. You should, as a freelancer, have a network of freelancers with complementary skills. But setting up email marketing is generally not even that difficult. You sign up for a provider, it could be anybody, and then you use the 4V approach. 4Vs is basically 4 value emails. We don't need to send more than that or less than that. The first email you send somebody shouldn't be sign up right now, okay? They've just signed up for a freebie, okay? They don't necessarily want to sign up for your service or whatever right away. So we need to set up 4 value emails where we educate them on something, give them something interesting to read. Maybe we're linking to other resources, free things, another ebook, whatever. But we need to set up 4 value emails before the 5th email that we send is going to be a call to action, like book in for your free consultation or book in for your consultation today. We've got an offer running, okay? We have to give our client, as web designers, we have to give our physical therapist all of this stuff in order for their business to be a success online. Okay, so you're not just designing a pretty website, you're actually putting a business online. When you do this really well for 1, 2, or 3 clients, I guarantee you they are going to refer you to other businesses, okay? A physiotherapist might be friends with a personal trainer, okay? They might be friends with a chiropractor. They might be friends with a medical doctor who does private practice or whatever. You might know dentists. There'd be all types of people, nutritionists, dietitians, that they are going to start coming into you. And then suddenly you've got an influx of clients. You're helping them all put their business online. and you are never going to be short of clients. Okay, the more value you start to add, you can start saying, oh, well, Dave the physio came to me, wasn't making any money. Okay, he was just getting off the ground. Now he's making 30 grand a month, or he's making 30 grand every quarter, whatever it is, I don't know. But their business sales went up a huge amount. And then that adds value to the service that you're delivering. So you can start to charge more, okay? And you build up your own case studies in your portfolio. So that is how you get web design clients. It is a lot of work. It's not necessarily all about your web design. It's more about your understanding of the whole ecosystem of putting a business online and delivering it to a really high standard. So I know I covered a lot of stuff in this video, but hopefully you've found it useful, and hopefully it helps you grow your web design business as a freelancer, or maybe even start an agency where you can deliver all of these things yourself. So if you like this video, do give it a thumbs up. It helps it reach more people, and also I would really appreciate it. And if you want to see more content from me, you can always hit subscribe, or you can join the newsletter, which is going to be linked down below in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.